What do you feel like has characterized your most successful groups?
They got good people who are good at what they do, and that's first and foremost. I think any time when you're only a good coach, and a program's only good if you've got good players. And so first and foremost, getting people who are good at what they do is probably the most important factor. Then it is learning to run the process and the system. The best groups, honestly, they run 23 or 24 meetings a year. They don't cancel them. They don't move around them. There's not a lot of discussion about anything else. This is when we meet. This is where we meet. They get in. They run the agenda. And that sounds really rigid, but by doing that, it creates a lot of freedom for all the other stuff because we don't have to waste time on thinking about, do we move this date? Or, hey, there's, so-and-so's not going to make it today. They just go. And they're going to, and if you don't want to go with them, they will leave you behind collectively as a group. And truthfully, that culture and that mindset tends to kind of rise the tide, and it, forces people to compete a little bit. The origin of the word competition is really back to just making each other better. It's not about wins or losses. It's about making each other better. At the end of the day, I think that's a lot of what I hope happens. There's nothing more fun for me than seeing a group work the process and seeing it work for them. And a lot of it's just, once you got the basics down, you can do all the other stuff. But if you're fighting against the basics and the fundamentals, it's just not going to work for you.
What do you feel like has characterized your most frustrating group?
How many F-bombs am I allowed to drop here? Group text. Can we change the meeting today? So-and-so's, didn't feel like getting out of bed or whatever. They're whiny. They're annoying. Everybody's got a client or two like that. But what's frustrating for me, and they always have a bad experience if I'm working with them in that instance, because we have to tell them, you have to stop doing this. It is not going to work, or our program is not for you. If you continue to go down this path, it's going to fail, and it's going to be a miserable fail process because we're really built on consistency within, not only in how we run the meeting, but consistency of, hey, you meet the first and third Thursday of the month from, 8:30 to 9:45. And our groups should feel comfortable that things are going to start on time and they're going to finish on time, because every one of our sales folks, they're selling their time. So I hope that kind of answers the question. But it's just, you got to run the program.
All right, give us some dirt. What